we start on Mirage. FaZe want to frag out up against NAVI. And keep your eyes on the right-hand side of that NAVI roster. More from Perfecto, more from Flamey. That's on our shopping list today. And it seems that on the shopping list at the T side was a boatload of utility.
3 smokes, 2 molotovs, 2 flashes, absolutely. As they'll send it all towards this A side of the map here, it's going to be this smoke towards the steps from Olofmeister, jungle from Nico, and flashes to come over the top, but there is one man waiting in their path. That's going to be simple, looking to shut this one down. Sat on the bomb side right here. He has got the USP and armor combination, looking for nothing but headshots and delivers on all fronts. That's the first one connecting, no problem. Can he get a second? Doesn't look likely. He's very low indeed. Wants to steal one away, and how is he still alive and kicking? Finally, Nico will take him down.
Yeah, forced to invest the full $400 though. They couldn't find it cleanly. Perfecto, Boomich, Electronic, they all gather with one exception towards the CT. And FaZe aren't rushing this bomb plant. Interestingly enough, they're clearing out all of Connector. Flamey's being fought off, but Electronic, where did they just come from? I just saw 2 headshots in 2 seconds, and now all of a sudden Nico's been thrown into a clutch scenario. He is going to get caught by Perfecto on this cross. No, he's not.
Gets the bomb down at least. That's something. He knows it as well. With 40 HP, very unlikely he wins the round, but if he gets one more kill, this bomb plant, it does enable them to bring out the Kriegs and AKs. Now, Chad, you've been following this. Do FaZe like the force buy after planting the bomb?
It's something that they should go for here.
Yeah.
We should see them go into the force buy after this with the plant, but I don't know. I've got a feeling about this Nico round. I don't know why. See, that's probably why.
That's the feeling you had.
That's the feeling, is that he was going to give us one of those amazing clutches, and Flamey says no to kick
not
things
today.
off. So yeah, it is something that FaZe do like to do, and with the plant and Nico having 3,700, jeez, he can drop a thing or two if they would like. But
he could go AK full armor into the second round.
That's true. He doesn't even need to drop anything at all, and then they could have. What if they wanted to right now? They could have 3 AKs and head armor.
Yeah.
And then they could have 2 individuals who would have
full
nothing.
nades and just pistols.
Yeah, they wouldn't even be able to afford anything at all.
They've gone for the 3 AKs. They are out. Broky will purchase armor, and it means that Coldzera and Olof are left with pretty much nothing. The scraps. They get Desert Eagles, no armor, but it's still fine. Coldzera's Deagle, in the first stage EPL especially, was unbelievable. So maybe you can get something done here. Rain will be given the duty of finding the pick towards middle. AK in hand, nade to the face.
Just a note on Rain, while we are watching him in a forward position, he is currently leading, at least at the start of today, within opening frags, the total amount of opening frags. Not success, not anything like that, just the most amount of opening kills.
In stage 2 so far?
In stage 2.
Yeah, cool.
And always worth reminding you that that does not get separated into T and CT.
Considering they haven't had a victory yet in stage 2, that's pretty remarkable for Rain.
That is true.
There's another one for him, so he's added another one to that tally.
Oh, Chad, you prophet. Perfect. The opposite of Caster's curse, it's a Caster's blessing. Simple will manage to shut him down after his opening frag, so the trade comes in, albeit a little delayed. Nico, however, very aggressive up towards jungle, and I've noticed that we can see kits through walls now. There's a bit of a debate going on amongst the Goonies.
Rush said he forgot that it was turned off, so last night when we were actually
fragging out,
games, he said, oh, I'll turn that command on. And I said, I don't like it, it's a bit jarring.
It is a bit much when there's like 5 kits out on the map. They're everywhere and they're green as well.
Yeah, it can be, like I said, a bit jarring.
I think it would be really good if it was in like a clutch scenario. They don't have a bomb, toggle it on, you know, like you just make a key binding.
The problem is it's one extra button for Mr. Rushley to press, and you know,
I
like pressing his buttons. He doesn't like pressing exactly more than 10.
Well, Nico clicked on a few heads in that previous round. It's up to 5-1 now, by the way. So that AK-47 purchase worked out for them very well indeed. They've converted that force buy, and it'll be one of Navi's now in return. They've got pistols across the board. They don't have the luxury of the AK-47s, I'm afraid. And Rain, very quick up towards short. The danger man of the previous round lines up a double kill, and he won't get both, but certainly contributes as Broky provides the perfect flashbang. The 5-7 with 20 bullets does eventually get the kill there, and Simple down to 9 HP, just looking to get one before he goes down. Not going to happen. Olofmeister talked about his lack of form, and I was trying to be very careful with the wording of the question there. When I asked him, I was like, okay, I don't want to say you've been playing badly, but what's your thoughts on your general situation? It hasn't been usual scenes for Olofmeister this week.
Just remember, though, at the start of this year, they were still playing the same Counter-Strike as they were in 2019, but then, before they went into Blast in London, they transitioned and changed the roles. Olof was taken off the primary AWPing duties. It was given over to Broky, and then Olof was put in positions where he was more of the lurker or the clutcher.
Yeah.
Now, if your players aren't setting you up in positions to be in a 1-on-2 or a 1-on-1, similar scenes to that, it's going to be very difficult to get into those rounds.
I feel like the level's just too high now for Olof to be an AWPer. Like, he can certainly use the weapon to a professional level for sure. But in today's landscape, the level of competition, you need someone who's going to be keeping up with the young aim stars, the likes of Simple. And that's why they've brought someone in like Broky here to actually step it up and actually mold him into this perfect AWPer, hopefully learning from some of the best names here in the world. And I think it makes a lot of sense. And we'll see whether that transpires here on Mirage. As we said, Broky struggled yesterday against Device. He's got his work cut out for him today against Simple. But for now, it will be the full eco for the CIS squad as they make their way towards the CPL area. Not much invested here. One flashbang, we've seen it so many times. Flash over, mid-swing from all 5 players, and hopefully get a 2 or 3 kills. That seems to what normally happens.
Yeah, this time, however, there is an Mac 10 locking them in connector. No swing available when you can't leave. Oof, Broky. Bit messy on the third, but he gets his dinner all the same. A triple kill to whet his appetite. And 3-1 lead for FaZe as Navi will be buying back into it now.
We did touch on this when we had our stat board at the start of the day of Dust 2 being the key map. It's been played the most within Stage 2 and overall as well. You can see there it's the most popular of all EPL EU, being played 29 times. So
still quite a lot of map diversity if that's the most popular map,
yeah,
29.
the one is Vertigo tapering off, which bothers me a little bit. At the top tier, we're not seeing the big dogs go toe-to-toe, but that would be expected when it's a perma-ban from a lot of these teams.
I imagine it's going to be one of those things that the next time we see it, we'll be like, oh, God, here, let me paint a picture. It's LAN. We're finally back at LAN. It's Vertigo. It's back, and it looks completely different because they've all been in the labs working on it. We have seen opening frag come in from Electronic, and he's actually been caught through the smoke. Rain, that's a sensational spray from him. Now he's got caught out. Boomich gets both of them. Oh, they were going for the bomb plant. That's nasty. Perfecto should find this frag. Coldzera swinging into him, and that's the equalizer. Now the round gets interesting.
Certainly does. Flamey and Simple, though. Up against Olofmeister, who nails a shot towards Shaw there. Takes a bullet to the face for his troubles, and Simple trying to convert that fact. Gives up his position with the footsteps here. Olofmeister bravely swings into him. That could cost him the round.
God.
I'm not sure why they've done that. They know exactly where he is, and that's going to be the end of the round. Instead of using the 1 minute on the clock to get away and maybe get towards each other, they've heard him in connector and challenged him.
Well, in theory, right, let's paint the theory here. One individual trapped in a choke point with 2 Ts around him. Now, Simple knew where Olof was.
That tight line on Cold, he had full health.
He only had a rough idea where Cold could have been, right? That was a risk. So him making footsteps into connector was kind of like, hey, I'm here, come find me. And then Simple can get 2 massive kills like that. We were just talking about how good he is. That should not really be a winnable round by any means, but he'll pick it up and put the second on the board for Navi. That was a lowish buy. And you can see what it's done to their economy. Famus, 2 MP9s.
It's rare I get to see the top mid smoke and Molotov combo from like a T's POV. I just saw how deep that Molotov is. You really cannot cross anymore.
Yeah, now it's wider towards the top of middle. It's not as utilized as it was before, but it's still dropped down there. You can still gain mid control on the CT side, but the T's will see it if they come to the very top and can dance around the flames with you. But still deployed every now and then. I'm going to see Navi suggest there could be presence towards top of middle, but at this point, Broky has confirmed it's clear. Looking towards the connector right now. I want towards the ticket booth at this stage. Simple will be there with the AK-47. Managing to clutch it out in the previous round. Upgrades to T weaponry here. 3-2 overall. FaZe picked into Mirage here. Currently in the lead. Here comes a flash from connector. Broky to set them up. Rain will commit.
Did force Simple off the line, and now the duel is taken. Simple winning out on the first. Nico does trade. Electronic arrives. Bomb loose now, which makes problems when Coldzera falls on ramp. Bomb has been picked up by Broky, so there's just something to celebrate. Looking for some close quarters AWPing, and he actually does manage to find a sensational frag onto Electronic. Was Perfecto not expecting that? The flick hits. Broky's looking sprightly this morning.
He's taking the bomb B. He's doing it all.
The smooth move. Olof's getting out of there as well, so no issues. But with 9 seconds, it looks like it might just be the pause.
I completely forgot about the clock there. It was looking so good. I was like, oh yeah, Broky can go B, he can plant the bomb, Olof's going with him, it's going to be great.
No, it was shut down pretty much the MP9 kill towards the A ramp. That's when they had started to find themselves in very hard times indeed, and Navi will find their second in a row, but 2 players do survive there, and they keep the AWP. This was a nice shot from Broky coming through. Nails that towards the jungle position, drops out, but had run out of time. So they do have enough weaponry to keep purchasing into this next round, number 7. In terms of the AWP situation, we haven't got one for Simple as of yet, but that's absolutely fine. He can do God's work out there with the AK as well. Broky challenging towards window, no one there, but Electronic did have a little peek and gets tagged through the wall, down to 31.
He has the Krieg as well, so I don't think he'll be repicking that area of the map anytime soon.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. Simple. I think he's about to be Molotov'd off. Actually goes towards the other side. Nades in response here. Significant damage towards Olof. Lands in his pocket, that one.
So FaZe have clearly got mid-control as a focal point of their T side, Chad.
Yeah, and just to note, Rain feigned the jump noise below the window then to suggest the fact that they could have pushed into their own window smoke. So they have to stay on high alert right there as he patrols through connector. And will that smoke, it will force him back. The spam will signal exactly that, and the CTs will regain control of a key piece of real estate right here. We got Simple up close and personal. Timing is going to be the issue, but over the smoke, he sees Rain. He'll take him down.
So much skill on the server right now. This is going to be one hell of a game. Strap yourselves in. You've got Nico, Coldzera, Simple, all on the server right now, firing off and exchanging blows. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to ban myself from saying, and it's over now, you know, mid-round.
Sure.
I just honestly don't think it's relevant, because at this point in time, well, the trades just keep on going down, this time favoring FaZe, but look at the damage inflicted. Perfecto's loosened him up, and Simple, he just has to pull these final 2 teeth. No, not going to happen. Coldzera does find his head, which puts us into a 1 versus 3. They're tagged for Boomich, but the one healthy player takes the duel.
Well, there it is. FaZe Clan with that mid-control up towards short, managing to fight back against Na'Vi there. Looked like Simple might have had a chance with the double swing coming from the bomb side there, but he times it a little bit incorrectly. The moment he looks away, they both swing around, they gain bench control, and then at that point, he had no chance. He was already low. Coldzera, some fantastic shots here, especially that one towards Simple. That pretty much secures the round, and then fires off towards short as well. Just to close things out here. Coldzera is feeling it. 5th kill to his name, and we will find ourselves another partial buy. Not even that. Eco for Na'Vi here, as they have pistols across the board. Electronic with Kevlar.
Just takes a couple of wide swings here from FaZe to have their heads lopped off by these Deagles. We know how potent they've been. They're just continuously scary. Catches the leg. Will take Simple out of the equation straight away. So Superstar onto Superstar, and he takes away Mr. 2IC in that department on the other side of things. What on earth?
Let's go, Nico. That's what I want to see. Let's get warmed up.
That's a quick way to get the mouse pad warm, at least. He's got a full swipe, 180.
It's got the blood flowing as well. My God, that was sick. Wow, Broky should be able to confirm this kill towards short. At least confirms the position. Just Boomich and Perfecto remain pistols only. One towards Palace. Coldzera might be caught in the back here. All comes down to timing. He'll check it in the next 10 seconds or so. Has he got the bomb on his back? No, he doesn't, so he's okay. Does give away the AK-47. Does it lead to another kill? I doubt it. You don't really need to challenge this. Boomich will just look to save at this point.
He's locked on in here. Olaf
Exactly.
has already been able to make up for the lack of cover previously. Takes him down. Boomich will fall. No saved AK. The plant will come through, and the round will go on the board for FaZe. So nice and clean. Kicked it off with the heroics there of Nico in connector, leading by example. Wants to get his opening duel frags as high as Reigns if he possibly can. But he's already got 14 kills to his name. He is blistering hot in these first 8 rounds.
He is not going down without a fight. Nico has turned up to play today. If you are just joining us and you missed the pre-game chatter, this is FaZe now 0-3 in stage 2 of tournament. They've lost some big names here, and it only gets harder. Up against the world's #1 team now. A must-win game, but they are up 5-3 on their map pick here on the T side of Mirage. Broky hitting some shots, looking confident, and up against another Eco here.
Yeah, should be a 6 on the board. This is a blistering start from FaZe here. If they can get up to 6 T rounds already.
They lost a pistol as well, remember?
Yeah.
The Masters are winning that second round force buy.
And it's got them this far. This is going to be a connector smoke on the CT side of it, which enables a lot of control to be taken. As that one arrives, Electronic observes it. He's just going to use it as a guise to catch anyone that should be pushing through that smoke. It won't be happening, though. they can use this to sweep silently towards Flamey's position. He's only got a P250. I see nothing more than death on the cards for Flamey. And that has been confirmed now. Nico's found his 15th frag. He's having a very big start into this one. And woo,
here he comes.
Just a slither visible, simple. He's got to find some more impossible shots, and I'm afraid that was just a little too much. I say that. Suddenly, Boomich has managed to find himself in a 1 versus 2. The bomb was loose as well.
Now, bear in mind, Boomich has struggled, to say the very least, in the last couple of days, but looking quite good today, I have to say. Bomb not planted yet. Still a chance for him to win this, but that might be his chances. Thwarted. Finds the AK-47. No armor, though. You can see the aim punch coming to full effect there, and it will be 6-3. Absolutely brilliant start for FaZe. Remember, lost a pistol, and now in a commanding position where Na'Vi, they might even opt for a double AWP setup. We'll see.
Just to note, with the rounds that Na'Vi have put on the board so far, the 2 gun rounds, the first one, they didn't have full utility. The second one, they had 2 MP9s and a FAMAS in the mix. This is the first time we're seeing the full buy come out with the defuse kits, all the nades across the board, the big green coming out for Simple. So let's see how deadly Na'Vi can be. This is where the game really gets going.
They're going to try and set the tone for battle as well. Simple doesn't quite make the jump towards shore, but his teammate did. Lots of aggression available on the CT side. He can push towards underpass, up middle, as we're seeing right now, sitting in towards that smoke. That's going to be electronic. Hoping to catch a player unsuspecting on the other side, but they've committed towards B, and Perfecto knows it. 1 and 7 to his name right now. Needs to find a couple of kills here. Backer from shore coming through.
Yeah, he's already got caught out by Olof swing on bench, though, and Rain's found Flamey. In for the retake is Simple, and through the Molotovs, there's 2 of them. Oh. The floor of Flame brings Simple down to just 12, and Electronic, he's managed to find the bomb.
There's something to say about this round. It was looking like it was done, but that 1 kill from Electronic and the fact he has full shore control now, no bomb planted as of yet, this could still fall apart for FaZe. This is not locked in by any stretch. Does that grenade hit Rain? It does. The only player that was low, they actually have the man advantage now.
He's playing around the smoke. You can nutmeg him here. Broky's still scoped in. He has no understanding that Electronic has actually moved from this position. He will check it, but he's going to be spotted by Coldzera. So a 2v2. Where's that bomb now? Still loose.
Yeah, this is kind of insane, the fact they haven't planted yet. It was looking like they had absolutely everything going in their favor. First 2 kills were theirs, bear in mind. It was looking like Simple had to save. He was running through the river of flames, and now Boomich has got out quietly as well. He can't deny the plant. He gives up his spot. The option to swing around and take him. That's Broky. Nails it. Up against Simple now. Play for the bomb boys. No one needs to challenge. Working these crossfires as he holds towards kitchen, is waiting for a mistake. He's low HP. You know that already. And you can see the kits available. He hasn't got one right now. Has to save, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, fireworks today.
This is him simply waiting for someone to misstep. And Broky, to be fair, was, 3 inches away from considering it. Didn't, though, and no punishment necessary. We'll see FaZe convert into 70 rounds already. Wow.
That is, unfortunately, a rough time for them to be doing a heavy mid setup. You could see the player from Catwalk scrambling to get back in position, dump the Molotov as they were already coming out of the B-Apps position, but they were already at bench. You could see Perfecto wasn't ready for that. The flashes came through. He was completely blind. He drops back. They're already on the site with him. So his death very early, he didn't have a chance in stopping this take. And here's the mollies one more time, running through the carpet of flames.
Yeah, so they would have stacked as well. So they'd cross over at any point and taking double damage at the intersection. So a lot of damage being put out there, but he did survive. And it will take the AWP into the next round. Here we go then. A tactical timeout brought to you by the US Air Force here. It's 7-3 in favor of FaZe on their map pick. Currently yet to win anything in stage 2 of EPL. 0-3 at the bottom of the barrel. Na'Vi haven't looked much better. They are 0-2.
See if this form continues from Na'Vi, or if the beasts will awaken. Yet to see too much of a kill discrepancy. Of course, FaZe haven't really let them.
Perfecto with 1 and 8 does have some cause for concern, but he's the B anchor, bear in mind. It's one of the most difficult positions to have big numbers on if they're not already going there. You get a struggle, and if they do, they normally rush for an execution. You're just trying to get 1 kill and survive, so you can't read into that too much, but it's going to be in his head. He knows his numbers haven't been amazing as of late. Simple, though, his certainly have. Taken down by Nico, who has got himself a 16th kill. No signs of slowing down either. That is beautiful. In towards a connector. He absolutely rocks Electronic's world, and that's 2 of the heaviest hitters now from Na'Vi removed. Speaking of which, Coldzera will be taken down towards the A ramp, but they know exactly where Boomich is, and Nico's taking no prisoners today.
He's furious. 18-6. The demon inside of Nico is in the server. My God. And that was the only AWP, right? They had the hero AWP on Simple. He's doing the power play, which is going straight out the window, landing the skill jump. And Nico, he just comes straight out. And oh, Flamey, he meets his demise.
He had to scope out. There was a chance he hit that, but ultimately, it is Olofmeister to secure the penultimate frag. Nico on for 4. Happy to hunt as well. In towards B. And that's exactly where Perfecto resides. We'll see whether he can actually find one more kill here. There's a chance with the timings. There it is. And Nico will close things out.
Still going for the one-taps.
Yep. In the side of the head while jumping.
That's 19 kills in 11 rounds.
Yep. Coldzera.
What's going on here?
He's making Navi look silly.
The devastating duo both held the highest rating of EPL EU on Mirage with 1.43 and 1.39 rating respectively. There you go.
You've got some Mirage gamers. This is the kill onto Simple. And then after that, he decided to add Electronic to the tally as well. I think he gets 4 in total. This was the 4th as well, a neat and tidy tap. We have 8, and more aggression in middle met by flashbangs. Flamey changes his mind and diverts, understandably. And Rain's, at the moment, going to be using that smoke as a nice way to drop off and transfer towards the connector responsibility.
He could transcend Counter-Strike in general, Alex.
He could try.
Nico's getting there.
Yeah, today, definitely. I saw that when we brought up the total from the season of EPL stats, you could see Nico had like 450 kills, and the next task was like 300 and something, 389. Like we had a ginormous discrepancy in the actual amount of frags. Sheer quantity from Nico is much higher.
Just to know, we're now seeing teams scared of picking Ticket when there's a connector smoke up because the T's are doing the boost over the top of it.
It's weird, isn't it? That gap just at the top can be a little bit much. But for now, they're all going to wait to dissipate, and then they'll go through the flashbang. A chance for opening kills once again, but finally, Simple. Answering back from CT spawn, there's Boomich in the sandwich position as well. They've got the man advantage, but maybe not for long. The Molotov is perfect. Does he have the smoke? Certainly does. The HE will follow things up, but Olofmeister, he might have thrown the needle here. Simple goes down. Second player to find, but he's not ready for it.
He was more concerned about the flank. That's going to be frustrating for him. He does tag Boomich up in the smoke, but he doesn't manage to convert it. Coldzera and Boomich next to each other. Broky to clutch. A 1v3. The molly's absolutely perfect. He pulls another smoke out of the CTs. Electronic. And he knows that this second's coming from Connector. Damn, that wasn't far off. Jumping for info, gets nothing. Does tag him up. Broky, you're looking fierce. He's only got 9 seconds. If that shot had connected, he would have had a real go at it. A missed shot now. That's the end. Perfecto will hit it.
Great effort. Can't ask for much more from that from Broky. Manages to hit Electronic in that process. If he gets the kill, I dare say he wins the round. Unfortunate scenes for him, and Flamey's woes continue here. 2 and 10 right now.
Yeah.
Perfecto's still on 3, but we give him a bit more leeway considering he plays towards B. But this was great stuff. Managing to finally finish things off there. Headshot comes through. A little bit dicey. I would have liked the full plan. Like knowing it seemed like he knew he did the damage to Electronic after pulling out the pistol. It might have been enough to dissuade him from challenging the plan, but either way, they have enough money going forward, of course, after winning 5 rounds in a row.
Yeah, and Simple not dissuaded from going for this play after Nico just rocked his world with it on the hero warp.
The flash work by FaZe has been so good. Broky's been responsible for a lot of flash assists.
He has. I've noticed that too.
Top right.
Yeah, you're absolutely dead on. I've seen that. Why is Broky always the one getting the flash assist there? Flash attack.
He's got 2 more, and a fast attack, and perfect hold. Just as they enter, or rather exit Palace, another body's been dropped in middle.
That was Nico providing the assistance there with the flashes, and they hit every single shot. I love that strategy on Mirage. When you've just conditioned them into the mid defaults, the executions, you just drop that one in with one flashbang, and they've got all the orbs set up, their smokes out, trying to fend you off from Connector. That's when it works so well, especially when you've got the likes of FaZe, who will absolutely hit every single shot upon entry. Perfecto now, again, like we said, B anchor. What can he do in this round? He holds B by himself. They've fully committed towards A. All his teammates are dropped. He's got an AK, but it's now been removed. Nothing more he can do about that, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, an involuntary choice.
And it's going to have to be a save or a force buy here from NAVI.
They can't force this, Chad, surely on 3K.
Well, it's NAVI, Henry. We know they like to do some interesting things here. Well, Simple's just bought an M4, so...
I don't like it. I think they'll probably go for the hero M4 with pistols around it. Like, this happens a lot. NAVI kind of created this. They were the ones who founded this idea on the T side. I've not really seen it too often on the CT side of an M4. It's not really the high-impact weapon that could shift the tide of battle, but we will see. Simple, M4 now won't have the orb going forward unless someone drops it for that last round.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see where Simple's actually playing right now. Okay, so he's actually on top of each
boosted
other's head. That's why I'm struggling.
On the bench, yeah.
This is so low yield, though. Like, if they don't come B, he's useless. And now with that first kill coming in from Nico, he has to reposition.
That's true, because now he can be exposed from short, so he has to get off. So 1M4, I don't know. If it was an AK, I'd be like, sure. Like, if you can buy an AK, Simple can certainly win the round with an AK-47. The M4, though, he'll be good for a couple, I reckon, but ultimately, he's going to have no money going to that last round. That's if he doesn't survive, of course. If he does, forget about it. It's all
Perfecto
fine.
can drop him an orb. It's all right.
Yeah.
Get the Sanji treatment.
Consider, yeah, I think he probably will. And he'll have to accept it.
The only problem for FaZe right now is if they finish B. That M4 is the only scary weapon on the field.
That boost. Whoa, it's so powerful. Does enable him to find the angle and the fight on towards Nico, using his teammate as a floor mat.
Yeah, that's exactly the same height as the actual platform itself, so you can just duck and weave towards shore. That's really cool.
They're working out A's clear, though. You can see Reigns just starting to piece it together, saying, it's a little too quiet over here.
Simple's here. We did say the M4 shouldn't win them the round, but could get a couple of kills. He's certainly in position to do so, but nice shot from Rain. Can he get the double? Not quite. Simple. Still alive for now. Second frag found.
This
Broky,
hero
what are you up to?
rifle, I'm not sure. Broky's actually caught Perfecto, but that's not the target he needs.
Yeah, get out of there.
Rifle on Flamey, and the AK did actually manage to find Broky, so now pressure valve released. Simple can start to be a bit of a rascal. There is no kit, I remind you. I'm not sure what his plan is here. He's going to get caught on the edge of the smoke. There is only Flamey, no kit, no armor, no hope into winning this one. He's just going to try and preserve the rifle, won't even get that.
I think he was trying to find the AWP maybe on the ground if possible, and then maybe run away with it, or get some ridiculous shots. Either way, though, it doesn't work out, and it means one player will be compromised here. So Simple with 4,100 does get dropped the AWP, and it's actually okay. Who's actually... So Flamey has no utility, but he still has cash. Simple with no utility, but he got dropped the AWP. It's actually okay, generally speaking.
Yeah, it's worked out.
Hasn't actually cost him too much here. So just one player by utility. There's one kit out there as well. It's enough to win a round, and they're going to have to here. 10-4 down on the CT side of Mirage. Fast play, but looks things towards B. Maybe just a nice little execution from FaZe, just round things off. We haven't seen much towards B at all. That's reflected in Perfecto's numbers, 4 and 11. He's only got kills on rotation, really.
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest places to find the frags. But now teed on up with that AUG, Broky has an idea that the jump up could be possible. Setting up his grenades right now. It looks like the execute's coming in. It's a bit of a pop attack.
So flashed.
He's in trouble. He can't even fire a bullet. Perfecto can. That's something, an equalizer, but you just feel like his days are numbered. He's trying to bait him in. You can see Range using his bloody kneecaps. Those Norwegian knees, they're tempting. And that's enough. Perfecto takes the bait, and the fight is won.
So there it is. A nice little B finish there. We've seen A attacks, mid defaults, A executions, a couple of B rushes, and then there's a B execution to close things out there as well. Perfecto alone, understandably so, hasn't had much action. He manages to get one. I don't think that's going to be enough here. Broky has turned up today. There's a big question mark after his performance against Astralis. Looking great. Does go down to Simple here, and it's still a 3 versus 2. Will that be cut down to 1? Simple at 41 HP. Boomage looks very assertive on the bomb site here, but Nico, he will get a ridiculous amount of frags there in the first half. 22 to be exact. It's 11-4 on the T side here for FaZe. They have turned up the play. 0-3 in the league right now, but fighting for their life.
edge of subdivine. I'll show you how it's done. There's no sight we go inside. The man, he is the one. You build your walls with faith in God. They never come around. Then wonder why we all defy the burden to be born. We're coming home with a mission to bring an end to a terrible land. We are here to your omission. We are many of one. We're coming home with a mission to tear you down from your undeserved throne. We can take your conviction. We are many of one. You may call it a virus, but we call it the antidote. It's an answer to silence. The future is here to revolt.
Mirage is going one way and one way only. An 11-round lead for FaZe Clan as they enter the defensive side. It does look like we could be seeing the 1-0 lead in favor of FaZe. I say we, myself, Machine, Sponge, and Henry G residing for the second game of our fourth day here for the second stage of the 11th season of ESL Pro League.
And we've been here for every single one of them. All the seasons and all the days as it continues here. The Counter-Strike is delivering on all fronts, and hopefully Navi can wake up here because they've got a bit of a meal on their plate here, Alex. A lot to do, and Boomage, not the best start.
Imagine if he dies and doesn't get to throw a smoke now because
Imagine if
they
he
push
died
ramp.
falling initially.
Because he's staring at the wall. Ah! I'm sorry, I shouldn't scream. That's so nasty. What a nasty way to start the round.
You fumbled the jump, they've heard the step, you pull your nade out, you're looking into a wall, and your head's taken off by Rain. They can still pull this one back. Not all said and done. We will see whether Coldzera will fend them off towards Connector here. Holding with the USP on the bomb side. Nico dropped by Simple. We said there'll be a few more twists and turns here, and Simple up towards that Palace position could be enough, but maybe not. He is there alone now. He is the king of Counter-Strike, but this is looking like it's too much of a tall order. We said we wouldn't say that, Alex, and he has found the first headshot.
We promised ourselves, Henry, that we don't say those things when it's this man in the server, but I do think for now his fate is sealed. He wasn't far off. Broky confirms it. And we do see 12 for FaZe. Boomage, that's a proper blunder.
I actually feel like Simple is I know they're losing right now, but I actually feel like Simple is a bit of a religion, you know, because when I watch him in those scenarios, I feel he's always going to find these frags. Look at poor Boomage here.
Staring at the
just
wall.
lining up the smoke, just as he looks into the wall. Hi. Would you go to the Church of Simple, Chad?
I would, yeah.
Yeah?
I would.
Take a pilgrimage?
Alex and I actually signed up to a church when we were in LA at the end of last year.
That was great. I was
never
really happy
signed
for
up
you
for
guys.
one.
Yeah, well, we've been looking for some help in our lives, and we hope we got it there. So maybe when we go back, we can sign on up again.
Yeah, well, we don't have to. That's the beauty.
We're lifetime members.
Yeah. Broky will need Jesus after that one. That hurt.
That's all.
The deagle at the top of middle, it's iconic. It's the only shot that's super viable in these sort of rounds, and if you land it, it looks great. The AWP is removed. It won't equate to a round victory, I would say, but still, it's very fun to watch.
Yeah, shouldn't, that's for sure. Big frag. And that advantage now for Navi, you typically would expect them to, you know, regroup, and we see that contact play into a site, but Navi, they play things different. They have at least paired up. You can see Perfecto and his partner in crime, Boomich. They are going to be looking for info, so is Cold. His jiggles between the two of these focal points of middle.
You see what responsibility he's been left with, though, with Broky going down. The eyes that he had in window, it's a massive gap. Mid is the key choke point here on a map like Mirage, and with Cold having to watch both, it will come down to timing. But Connector, there can be a crossfire. Oh, there goes Simple. The deagle's taken out. There's the crossfire.
Satisfying way to tap it out in the end. Rain stabilizing his aim after committing to the spray a little too much. He saw so many targets, you can't blame him, can't fault him. 24 frags for Nico. He's coming into this half with pretty much his full 30 done. It's just a question of how will the game go long enough at this point in time. We will see the Navi second round flop. It was just the deagle and no Kevlar vest. So it should have been clean, and it was.
There it is. Nico confirms it. But here comes the real deal breaker. You've got the AK-47s out, a simple Krieg. He nailed this shot before the Desert Eagle. Can he replicate it with the rifle now? No sniper available, barely any utility on the T side. They haven't got a single Molotov, Chad. And this is supposed to be the do or die moment here. This is not looking good.
They actually got Nico here unspotted. They
Yeah.
flashed top mid, so simple, taking that fast line map perhaps would have caught a glimpse. But now, oh baby, this duel is going to be everything. If he cleans it, no, perfecto. A perfect frag for NAVI. They needed that one now. The linchpin in what would have been the mid clear is now completely knocked out. They might go straight into the two-man hold of A at this point in time.
It's going to be a tall ask here. The bomb's still down back towards T-spawn, so we don't exactly know where NAVI want to finish just yet.
That's a very good point. They do that sometimes. Realizing at the 45-second mark, the bomb has to be recovered. They've done it a little bit quicker this time, so Perfecto's confirmed that no CTs had at least had control of the bomb. This sandwich position, though, sometimes a little bit questionable. Bear in mind, this is a bit of a bonus round now for FaZe. They didn't reinvest with heavier weapons. They still have the MP9s and the FAMASs. They're in a 5-on-4, but if Coldzera can make this position work, there's a chance. It does not. And now it's up to Rain. He needs multiple kills there, at least 2. Doesn't look good.
Looks like they're saving already. Look at all the action over towards the B side. They might try and push Olof down to get Nico's AK M4, as I say that he does pick it up. So at least that's a good find. And now if Rain can get away, it's not the end of the world here for FaZe.
Definitely not. I think that's the right call of anything. Otherwise, you're just going to be throwing money down the toilet. Might as well just keep the M4s up. It was a good try. Decent positions there with the SMG and the FAMAS. Didn't work out. Nice shot from Perfecto to open things up. Save the M4s. You've got a 13-4 scoreline right now. Keep the money strong and keep your eye on the prize. Must win for FaZe this series, and this is their map pick. Can't take any chances. Every dollar is so significant in this game. I can't stress it enough. The difference sometimes between getting the Molotov or not can be the difference between winning a round. So losing a kill, finding a kill, it's all very important. And keeping these 3 M4s up, even though they're 13-5 up at this stage, you've got to look at the bigger picture. NAVI are certainly capable of bringing this game back.
Yeah, that's without a shadow of doubt. And so with those preserved rifles, they can, once again, have another go. Round 19.
What is the saying? If at first you don't succeed, try again.
That is the saying.
Well, saving the guns definitely allows that one to come on through.
It does. They've got the 5 M4A4s here. It is a full investment, though, but they've got all the utility they need.
This is late. Whatever Flamey was throwing is going to be late, so they can't go as quick as maybe what they were initially hoping for.
Nice lineup, actually, from Broky there to make sure he can incendiary top mid without the extra sight line. It looked like actually NAVI are trying to bait that there's players hiding behind it. Which, no, wow, with the smoke, I was going to say the nade lands on Boomich, though. And at this stage of the game, NAVI, they need an opening frag. Who will be the one to step up to the plate? Who will take the initiative? Certainly doesn't look like Flamey's a candidate. He's once again absent in NAVI's games.
Well. The boost towards short. Remember, CT weaponry only. M4A4s across the board here, up against the Kriegs and AKs. No snipers to be spotted. Simple, I was about to say, he hits these. Coldzera, though, beats him to the punch. Huge pickup. 15 kills to Simple's name. A few names not really turning up, and that's Electronic. 8 and 15. So what's the next play here? They have limited resources, no smokes, a few Molotovs, and they're creeping their way up towards shore. But that smoke window will go down momentarily. Nico's there to catch them if it does. Does he get the timing? Oh, it's horrible. He could have actually got them there. If he gets a little bit more to the left, he'd have spotted 2, but they're very well set up either way. The corner from Coldzera is perfect.
They've done everything. They've milked the clock with Boomich and Perfecto. They still find kills. The HP's not great, but they can get that bomb down if they're quick.
Yeah, and Boomich retrieving it safely, planting as well. It falls down to Rain and Nico. Couldn't ask for more, really, in terms of the candidates.
Yeah, but if one mistake is made, a 2-on-1, even with the low HP, becomes very difficult indeed. They have a huge advantage, that's for sure. Boomich spots out and actually gets that 2 versus 1 we talked about. Now Rain's chances are limited. Needs to work out what the second player is. He knows Boomich is towards the site. Waiting for him to challenge again. Makes his way through. Doesn't get that first shot. He actually hits the bullet as well. It wasn't quite enough, and now he knows both of them are there. Can he find the second? Boomich has been spotted, and Rain comes up clutch. He doesn't have a kit, but picks one up en route and defuses the bomb, no problem.
That's a lovely turnaround.
He actually
Rain.
had to get that kid as well. That would have been a disaster if he lost it in that fashion. So he didn't panic at all there, Chad.
No,
Very calm.
Completely calm. And the game feels very calm at the moment, right? Like, with these starts, Navi are milking that clock down into the minute mark before we saw any action. And just to note, with Simple creeping into that line of sight late to take the fight against Coldzera, that boost position, it's actually a left eye peek for Simple. So once Cold's set up, he will have the advantage in that fight, unless Simple tries to jump across or do something to dissuade him off of that angle.
Right. And actually seeing Boomich, he could see that Rain was waiting for something. Rain, they knew he was in kitchen, and he was just taking too long with his actions that Boomich started to get a bit sensitive about short, peeked nicely into Nico and gave them a good shot. But across they've gotten, Nico has a gap.
He knows exactly where Boomich is at this point, waiting for a chance to take him down. Wow. Too easy. Way too easy. Grenade's perfect as well. Doesn't quite land Electronics' front door. Tickles him slightly. 97 HP. That would have been fantastic from Nico if he did a big chunk damage towards Electronic as well. 5-4 here as FaZe Clan look for map points. They have a 5-4 lead. And in terms of resources, plenty here for Navi. They can execute towards A, but the bomb's still there, top and middle. What's the plan here? Get connect to control, A split. Nico's on the other side there with that Krieg. Good smoke from Nico. Oh, actually terrible, to be honest.
Spoke too soon.
It was a nice idea. I'll say that much.
He knows it's missed. He's had to back on out of there because it's left a massive gap. So assuming to rotate towards CT
It
spawn.
would have been such a brilliant smoke as well to whittle the clock down to what, like 15 seconds before they could do anything. But either way, we'll see Rain now fending off the Molotovs. 25 seconds remaining. Has to be the A finish now. The bomb's in connector. Broky in towards Shadow.
He's going to get checked. It's going to be Electronic to check him. The Molotov forces him to take some eyes off his crosshair. So now a 4v4. Pressure on Navi to plant, though, and Electronic's already lost his life. Rain's getting peppered on. Simple does manage to find the frag, and now he's planting. They can't knock him off. Navi have got a shot at this. Simple catching a couple of bullets from the spray, but it's Olof to finish the job.
Well, we said Perfecto was brought in for his clutch ability. 7-15 right now, and this is to avoid map point for FaZe. Bomb down. He has an HE, one player's low, but Nico got such a fantastic position. They seem to know exactly where he is, and they will take him down. Round confirmed, FaZe will pick it up. 15-5, pretty much a death sentence here for Navi. Even with the fourth state loss bonus coming in, the bomb planted, they will have scrappy money going forward here as Nico gets his 28th kill of this first map.
He had 19 kills at round 12. He finished the half with 22, and now he's up to 28. So that 30... it might go missing here if they avoid him in the final, what could be the final round, round number 21 here.
Could be, but he has got a good chance of finding a couple against these pistols. Perfecto's got Glock and full utility. He's got 1700. There's a scout at the end. I was about to say that. That's a little bit odd, but goes for the scout towards the very end of the round, or the freeze time, I should say. So 1 CZ, 3 rifles, one of which is a Galil. No nades for Flamey or Simple at this point. Execution. Throw it in. Hope for the best here, boys. Take a deep breath. See what can be done. That's all we really can do. Okay,
so they are throwing all of their eggs towards A. Rain tucked in on Sandwich. He's going to burn. He's just waiting for the timing. He does actually manage to get away. Oh, no. God. There's 2 carpets aflame. He'll throw down a 3rd. It will delay them on Tetris, but that's the opening frag they needed. Boomich of all finds it with just the CZ, and now they're already planting in the smoke. This round is looking fantastic for Navi.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for more than that. The perfectly placed Molotov enables him to get the first kill towards Rain. Now 5-on-4 ensues. We have got 1 player towards Connector as well. Simple. Man of the hour. Hoping to shut this one down. This kill might decide the round itself. They know where he is now. He bided some time. It's not going to be... oh, it is enough. The spray looked like it was getting out of control there, but the round is for FaZe. 4 versus 1 now, as just Coldzera remains. Not for long. They're down to an eco, as Navi keep their head above water. So there it is. The execution's all you need, boys.
That worked so well. The bomb plant from Boomich was happening right out of the gate. After that opening frag, we'll get to see how he got that frag as well. Rain, he did well to reposition. Let's not forget he started his journey in a Molotov on Sandwich and ended up dying all the way under Palace. So he did manage to cover some ground. Electronic, some good headshots with that Galil. And you said, Eco, well, they've chosen to force, bring in the fight to Navi. They want to finish it with just Deagles and Kevlar.
It's because they had just 0 loss bonus at this stage. They got 1,400 into this round, they get 1,900 to the next one, so they'd still be pretty buggered for cash either way. So they can close it out right here, right now with Deagles. That would be great. Probably not going to happen, but if it does, fantastic. They'll be fully going to the next round and wait for that $2,400 loss bonus to get them out of this financial ruin. Good shot from Simple. Doesn't quite take down Coldzera, though.
He was ready for it this time around. Not going to be fooled by the same trick. Nice within one game. We did see FaZe Clan finish a game with Deagles only previously, so let's see if they can do it again. It could all start with Rain picking this corner onto Flamey right here.
Only his 4th kill so far.
And it's a freebie. It's an eco kill on a player who's pushing. So those ones right there.
You take those.
You love those.
Flamey might go down as well. I feel like, oh, the knife comes through. Oh, see you later, kid. AK picked up now, and they'll make their way towards A. Knowing Nico's towards Palace, he's the only player there. They've actually stacked towards B. Round should still go in favor here of Na'Vi, but Nico with the smoke down. Simple spots one there on the concrete cinder blocks. Gotta chase him, take him down.
Run if you like, Broky.
Oh, that nice gap in the smoke. Electronic susses it out.
Not interested in any of that funny business. They knew where Nico was coming from. And that smoke was a very likely candidate for his hidey hole. So I guess Coldzera and Olof, they're going to be looking to keep hold of what little they brought into this one. Maybe, just maybe, one of the Na'Vi boys gets a little too push happy and delivers an AK-47 or a Krieg to their door. Doesn't look like Na'Vi are going to be taking any chances like that, considering their margin for error has been reduced to nothing.
So they're about to have another crack at the same type of a round, right? FaZe don't have enough to warrant a buy here, but they do to limp on him with the Deagles, with the little bit of smokes and utility once again. You'll see here, Nico just trying to creep through the smoke, see if he could find any openings into this post-plant scenario. Electronic, too aware, takes him on down. But yeah, this buy, and you will see it come through. I wouldn't be surprised to see Deagles again, pretty much across the board, because in the following round, it's going to be 2,400.
Yeah.
Nico and Rain yet to buy anything. Broky either. Maybe Rain's holding onto his cash to drop an AWP over for the following.
He saved about 1,500 the previous round as well, so I think that's exactly what's happening, considering he had a bit more money than everyone else. He just took it on the chin and said he'll drop the orb going forward. He wants to win the game, not find massive amount of frags for himself, of course, so it all makes sense. Molotov will flush out the USP. I'll have to drop off. As we wait for this round to conclude, there'll be pretty much no chance FaZe can win it, but we'll see Olofmeister give it his best shot toward the underpass position. The CZ, deadly at this range. Perfecto, seems to be ready for it though. Spots him, good peek.
Great
can fall
piece.
back now. Doesn't have to challenge that at all.
Comfortable duel for him in the end. That's gone on. Played lovely. Broky getting a little bit of a second guess of himself there.
Notice FaZe, they love the mid-smoke straight away. They're harassing with the flashes. They're taking the fights. They're sending Nico in to crack open skulls. They're getting entry frags left, right, and center. Here, Na'Vi, the slow milk of the clock, the traditional Na'Vi. You have to roll the years back to when Zeus had the likes of Seized in his team. Going back a few years now for sure, but this was how they played. It was slow. It was methodical. They would take piece of territory at a time. They would let the CTs make mistakes. If you're impatient and you want to play Counter-Strike, everybody has the minute 55 on the clock. Everyone is... strapped himself in for the same version of the game, and Na'Vi have no problems using these liberties in their favor, but it can be an issue.
Coldzera will get one. Probably all he gets at this point, though. Rain pulls one back from the A ramp, but just a bit of a formality here. Na'Vi waiting to plant the bomb once that goes down. Shouldn't be much of a chance of many more kills being found here. Nico coming in from the underpass position. Makes his way towards connector here, just looking for exit frags ideally. They can find a rifle at the very end of this when the T's are exiting the bomb site. That would be ideal, and set them up for the victory going forward.
Flamey finds himself another.
What's it now? He's got 5, all right. So slowly grinding back into this one is Flamey, but you could say the same thing for Na'Vi. Round after round now, we're up to 15-8. This one felt pretty bleak, and we normally don't start getting excited about these until we get to the double digits. Na'Vi are only 2 rounds away from that right now, whereas FaZe, they just need 1 round to go in their favor. So now that the guns are up, they've got this full buy. They've waited for this. We've seen 2 ecos. What is the game plan? What are they looking to bring into the fight here in round number 24? We know the AWP's out. Do they want to take it mid? Do they want to be aggressive? Do they want to try and push an extremity of the map to see if they can isolate a duel here?
I would say, just considering the buffer of rounds they have, they'll probably just play something a bit more standard, I suppose, knowing that that's like the first proper gun round since they started losing. So I don't think we'll see anything too mental being thrown into the mix, but time will tell for sure as the incendiary goes down towards the A ramp. Suggests they could be flashing over towards this position and try and challenge electronic. Rain gets himself nice and close towards his A ramp, and he could be a little bit more inquisitive, but the flashbang will push him back somewhat. Drops the smoke, not feeling too comfortable here.
This is what we would call, well, it'd be a double pump if they come back and hit A, but they're just milking utility. Just to note with this turtled setup we've seen from FaZe, when they do this, they do not break the vent towards mid window. That is the early warning system. That audible sound cue, if a T gets boosted in the window. Rush, any chance you can show us the window just for the viewers at home? The vent room, sorry. Do you have a camera for that? No, it's fine. We tried. But let's get over to A. It's going to be the double pump.
So the double pump, from what Chad was saying, there was smoke thrown towards the steps and through the jungle position, right? So suggesting they were going to come through, bait out the utility, and then they can come back with a full execution, knowing there'll be no grenades available on the CT side. That has worked out quite well. Rain, though, I don't like this position. I've never really seen it work out too well. Boomich will be taking care of him. They flashed it as well. Nico will have to find at least 2 kills upon entry.
Yeah, and Broky's been flashed off as well. They'll check him. One's not enough. A missed shot from Broky. It's looking all too good for NAVI. Breaking into the A site again, and they had all the resources in the right place. It's Rain's position that does not bear fruit.
All right, let's fly there now, Rush. Fly over towards the CT vent, right? Head over there.
The one you break when you're shooting the flower pots.
See, it's not broken. So this is what we're talking about, right? So if the T's traditionally get mid control, they boost window and they want to flank towards the B site, or CT spawn around to flank A, they would have to break that. So in that setup that FaZe are doing, they know that jungle is a vulnerability, right? They're well aware of that. I apologize, Russ. I used the wrong lingo before. I'm glad that we've got a cam for it. I'm sure you're very happy with that.
All the cams. That's why Rush doesn't need more buttons. He's got all the cams as well. Overwhelming amount.
So this is a problem for FaZe because they get the $2,900 loss bonus right now. You can see that's not enough to buy. Coldzera could drop a Famous, so could Olof if they want to force into this one right here. But knowing there's only 1 round left on the board and Yanko's influence behind them, what we're most likely going to see is just some upgraded pistols yet again, and then those rifles trying to be used in an aggressive way to see if they can find an individual straggling across the map. A stat for NAVI here.
They have secured 83% of wins on Mirage as a roster. Simple averages a 1.38 rating and 1.76 kill to death ratio. I missed the last few words, but
G's.
Jeez. Woof. Well, a couple of M4s as they limp into round number 25 here. And that does suggest NAVI could do this. 6 rounds away. This one a bit of a lock-in, considering up against 3 pistols, but you never know. Could be enough here. Olofmeister and Coldzera of M4s might just be enough to get them over the finish line here.
Yeah, it's down to what the NAVI call is.
Those A executions have looked wonderful for them. As Chad said, the double pump, very effective previously. It made Rain expend all of his utility at the very start of the round, had no choice but to sit in the A ramp at that point. As we said, a very underwhelming position that rarely finds multiple kills. And they've left the murder hole open again. So just knowing that the T's can't access CT spawn unless they shoot that out. Broky will do it for them.
It's a very late sound cue, isn't it? So NAVI will be curious about that one just there, but they're creeping up towards Cat as the B stack is starting to come on in. This one might actually get a little bit spicy, fellas.
It could.
Simple AWP. Boosted up towards short. Players spotted. Where's the first kill coming in? Flashbang's very decent. Simple can do nothing now. His teammates have to save him.
On the contact of his teammate, he swings in, but the first rifle falls flat, as did the second. Perfecto, finding a very crucial double kill. So now, with Nico left all alone with only the Desert Eagle. The Deagle Blaze, a Blaze in front, and not a single chance for fire from FaZe in this one.
This pace is very, very tedious. You know, if you're watching this at home and you're going, the first minute and 30 seconds of these rounds are pretty boring. You would be right. They are. It's just posturing. Neither team are taking any risks early. FaZe don't want to run into NAVI because they know NAVI are waiting. NAVI don't want to give up heads-up duels because they know FaZe have all the good utility. They've got aimers who are on point. Right now, what they're doing is they're making this round just turn into the late round 2-on-5 situations. You know, if you're going to execute this late, the CTs have to either gamble stack. You might catch them out of position as they start to look for information, or they're just getting a bit jittery. They've been sitting there for almost 2 minutes, focusing on their crosshair, and nobody's come. So FaZe right now, 1 round. That's all they need to take map number 1 here, and NAVI continuing to milk round after round as the aggression, it finally comes in. Nico finds the odd.
Taking matters into his own hands, Shad. He's had enough of this. Boomich, the in-game leader, removed. Courtesy of Nico there. An aggressive push towards top of middle. He swaps out the orb with Broky. They've got a 5-on-4. Is this where they can actually close Mirage out? They were 15-5 up. It's now 15-10. They'll be frustrated at this point, and maybe even more so now. Nico arguably had the advantage there, and he gets absolutely busted by the Krieg.
They boost into window, smoke it themselves, and then disappear. Now the FaZe Clan squad are going to be asking a lot of questions as to where they've relocated to.
It's a massive gap over on A here as well. Look at the gap on A. So the window boost is possible. They can flank towards B or A through CT spawn. So those options are now on the cards right here. They're both in the bomb site. Traditionally, you see the CTs playing retake because they need to pick up all the slack, but they're going to transition and push forward.
I think they're going to just push on a contact play and try and get control of the A ramp in general. Indeed, they are. So Rain wants to confirm that no one's outside here, at least. It's key information, but they have no one really watching connector right now. Looking towards the Palace positions, Coldzera. Electronic.
He smashes this, doesn't he?
Yep. Oh, maybe not. Gets the damage off, but it's not quite enough here. Coldzera, perfect angle and a perfect shot.
Now the one where that came from, though, Perfecto's hunting him down. He's going to get hunted and pre-fired. 2v2. 20 seconds. Bomb on Simple.
He's going to be. He's going to be.
They're fully rotating. Perfecto's just selling this commitment enough. He is, however, potentially going to go down before Simple can get that bomb plant.
He's biding his time.
Looking good.
They're going to assume it's A for now. So Perfecto, operation stay alive at this point.
They won't hear the beeps. They know it's not there. They're going to have to rotate. And backs are turned.
Oh, he's got a kill. He's actually done enough, and Simple's got an orb now.
What on earth is Olof to do about this one? He has no idea. Simple could be anywhere. The sound cues are there. Simple has a pretty good idea of where Olof's coming from, especially now the flashes have been thrown out, but looks like he's changing his mind.
Oh, this is... Okay, it's too late now. FaZe have waited what it feels like too long. They've had a buffer of rounds, right, to close this one out. But now as we get to the danger end, their aggressive moves are expected, right? Oh, the default hold they're doing is not working. How are they going to mix this up? Well, they know that some aggression needs to come in from somewhere, right? The mid push from Nico there, I thought that would have been enough. They get an opening kill for free. It's clean. It looked perfect. But Perfecto here, coming out onto the A site, getting both of these kills. Yeah. The Coldzera one is the most important. The fact that he gets rid of Coldzera with 26 seconds left on the clock, that draws the rotation. That's what juked them. Simple was just in limbo. He was waiting to know where the CTs were before he picked a bomb site.
Another partial buy for FaZe Clan here. We've got the Desert Eagles and the Broky AWP saved. We'll see whether that's going to be enough. It could be, to be honest. There's always something to be said about a saved sniper. Broky looks towards shore right now, using the box to try and dodge flashes and any ensuing tees. Focusing his efforts towards shore. Boomich will be close to that smoke, though. Fires off a shot, gives him his position. Doesn't get anything for it.
Just the way that NAVI are playing this. If I was in the server right now, I would be frustrated. It's just so slow. There's no real engagements or interactions early. The CTs can always force it. There's no problem with that, but it's not advisable. The idea is to hold the bomb sites, not to take the fight to them. And now, with the scoreline most likely going to be 15-12, FaZe have run out of chances to start going aggressively to close out this match.
We'll at least get some Palace control, which could prove to be some information at the very least. It doesn't look like he's going to meet Flamey, as they are eventually going to be passing one another. Flamey's heading to rejoin his squad towards the B and middle sides. So
well,
B looking like the one.
Well, the CTs are there. They are actually tucking tail, making their way over. Bombs making its way there as well. Rain, though, still towards the A side of the map. The B finish could be on. It is where it ends. Broky, the AWP, can watch towards shore. Oh, they're falling back, of course. They're wrecking them here, aren't they?
Full gamble stack. Oh, Navi, the calls are so good right now coming out of Boomich. He's pulling the CTs around the map. Electronic had so much control. He can cut off the rotate. T-side Navi.
They're winning rounds without even need to get into fights.
Yep.
Which is
the power of suggestion.
Which is wild.
They took that hook, line, and sinker. They were rubbing their hands together like, they're coming B, boys. We've got this.
Stack.
Here we go.
We've worked it out. We've rumbled them.
There's steps in apps. There's nades coming in. I mean,
rushes versus versus ecos. We've watched the Pro League.
Yeah,
we've heard what Henry said.
We've all seen it. It happens every time.
Navi too. Wow, this is going to be 12. This is when the discussion is no longer the FaZe dominance on Mirage. Instead, it's more the NAVI T side could keep up.
Yeah, imagine if this goes overtime now. They were 15-5 up, and they're on the CT side of Mirage as well. This is their map pick, and FaZe are starting to crumble here. Just 3 rounds, and from what we've seen so far, that certainly could happen. It's only the first tactical timeout here from FaZe. Oh, we were going to get some cool music there.
What did we name the music, Alex? Did you come up with a good name?
There it is.
The Tension Tickle.
The Tension Tickle.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in. FaZe Clan currently 0-3 in Stage 2 here at EPL Season 11. They had a 15-5 lead, but they've completely wrecked it. They have found themselves now at 15-12, and NAVI have strung together 7 in a row on the T side here of Mirage. This is absolutely everything here. They're starting to crumble. The money's weak. No one's finding any kills, and Simple is coming online and looking dangerous. He currently has 19 kills, Electronic beneath him on 18, and those are not numbers you want to hear at this stage of the game. FaZe will take their first pause, and is it a solution to their problem? They've gone for a double orb setup, Chad. Is that the right idea at this point?
Well, nothing else has worked so far, so let's give this a crack. It's going to be Olof picking up the secondary, and once again, this passive setup without the vent broken. They want to sit back, they want to wait. That's the call. I'm sure that Yanko's got involved with this, but now it's the pace change from Na'Vi. They finally changed it up.
So, still looking for that 1 round. Double orb setup seems to be the remedy to this problem. See if it's enough for the first pick. Olofmeister, aggressive towards B. Nails it. Perfecto and Electronic down. Surely this is where it ends.
It's looking promising. And another frag potentially for Nico, but instead, Flamey lives to fight another day in his palace position. The bomb's loose top mid. Broky's already caught Boomich. Oh, and Na'Vi, so many consecutive rounds, but it comes tumbling down. The ramifications of their weak first half, they're being felt, and Rain secures it. FaZe Clan, finally, with a sigh of relief, no longer a roar of celebration, take Mirage.